can't believe the rain's going to miss us, boys. This is
Very
phenomenal.
lucky for the races.
Now, look, I know everybody at home's having a great time watching. If you don't like the commentary, that's fair enough. But if you really want to get involved in racing, you're sitting back home, you're going, geez, this looks like a bit of fun. I could get myself out there and have a crack. Then come right on down. You don't have to sign up to a club. You can do it as an invitational athlete, but signing up for a club is obviously incredibly advantageous because you get a good sense of community. Highly recommend Box Hill, but, you know, go wherever's closest to you.
Best club out there.
Yeah, it's the best club.
We train at the home of PBs.
This is it. You get to train here every week. Pinch yourself, because that is a dream come true. But get down, get amongst it. Always welcome down at the Victorian Milers Club and also at Athletics Victoria as we get underway in the men's F3000. And again, here are the Cowboys. So they're going to go out high. I shouldn't call them Cowboys because they might be phenomenal. In fact, one of my favourite people in athletics is back racing, Alan Vernal of Athletics Nunawading.
And we've got a pacer in this race, but Archie Hewitt's gone in front of him.
Archie Hewitt says, I don't need a pacer. I'm Archie Hewitt. I'll pace myself. So Archie Hewitt's just opted not for the pacemaker. But I have a feeling the pacemaker may try and pick him up. It looks like. And the boys are going, could we maybe turn it back a little bit? But Archie Hewitt, he has no time for pacemaking. Alan Vernal going to be the one to tuck in behind the pacemaker there and lead out the contingent of 21, or 20, I should say, other 3,000-metre competitors here in the men's F3000.
About 5 or 6 of them all from Diamond Valley.
Boy.
Just a few.
Do you think they could be training partners?
Oh, there's a good chance.
I reckon there's a massive, massive chance.
Might see some team tactics coming on later.
Can I say it's been disappointing? It's actually, that's a 69. So
sub 3
that is, yeah. Don't worry about Mick going sub 3. I mean 9. We might see it here in the men's F3000. The disappointing part of tonight, there's Nathan Pearce has just walked past. I take back my handsome comment. Jeepers. Nah, he's a handsome man.
Great man, Logan Janetsky, one of the best mullets going around.
The Janetsky brother.
Yeah.
Actually sounds like a band. I think the Tedeschi brothers are a band, so that would be... Anyway, that's useless information for everybody. Not as many great haircuts at this Milers Club. I don't know what's happening. Everyone's cleaned up post-lockdown, which is a little bit disappointing. And our pacemaker's now to the front. So Archie Hewitt's had to maybe just have a look and go 69, maybe a little bit too fast. But now he gets the benefit of being able to tuck in. So Alan Vernal poised beautifully behind the pacemaker there. Beautifully. And they're nicely spaced out, these boys. Have we got any... You got any comment? This is the time now to really launch your comments.
While you look for them, quick shout out to Jerry, who was in, I think, the first 3K race. He's the host of the Jez and Friends show, the podcast.
Oh.
Very good podcast. Doesn't just interview runners, just athletes of all types and people of all types, really. But
so definitely doesn't just interview runners.
There you go. Our own Lockie Rayner's been on there.
Yeah, he's a good man, and he was out there racing before. Gets around his athletics.
Yeah, you might have to hotspot here. That's use his own now. We'll put the apprentice to work. So here we go. The pacemaker's gone. Joel Fitzgerald steps right around him. Steps over Tyrone Liu. Does Joel? I hope somebody understands that reference. And he's just going to go straight to the front. So he's going to leave the pacemaker behind him there. Alan Vernal tucked in nicely. We're starting to see this sort of spread out a little bit. So we got a really good pack towards the back of this 22-man field. But right now, Joel Fitzgerald. So we've had the pacemaker lead. We've had Joel Fitzgerald lead. We've had Archie Hewitt lead. I'm pretty sure Alan Vernal led for a little bit there. So we are on a merry-go-round of race leaders at the moment. I can't wait to see who the next one is that just pops out. But we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8. 346 through 1,200. So certainly well on pace for some PBs here. And let's look up exactly what those PBs are. Or do our best. You know, that's all we can do here. Okay, not going to tell me. Beautiful. Yes, it is. Blake Barnes, you are our fastest seated athlete at 9:30.0. So Barnes, the old Jimmy, And who's our man here? That is Brodie Nankervis, sitting there right behind the pacemaker. It is still also Joel Fitzgerald.
He's Josh Hawks. He's a wizard with the comments. His latest one. You'd think the 800s are still on with these starts. Very true.
Hawksy, you've been unbelievable, mate.
He's carrying the live stream
He
comments.
actually
at the
might be
moment.
best on.
Gonna have to pin one of these comments.
I don't even know how to
don't
do
know.
that. Let's let the wizard do it. Let's just let the wizard take care of it. As you see these boys now start to space away. So they're, I believe, if my maths is correct, which it might not be, but they're a lap away from 2K.
That would be correct.
Yes. That is great. That Trinity education shining through. So our pacemaker's still in, so I don't know what they've told him to go to, but he's doing his absolute best. And we're going to have another, so Fitzgerald's going to take a step back. And this, what is this singlet? It's kind of cool for Nankervis. So I was about to call him Toby Nankervis, but Brodie Nankervis now tucked in nicely behind the pacemaker. Melbourne Uni athlete behind him there. Alan Vernal, bit of a metronome. And look at this great contingent of athletes here. Leading out by Rossiter. So Rossiter's going to lead these guys out. And look smooth whilst doing it. So look at this. It's starting to get blown out. Isaac already waving. J-Mac holding my painting, of all things.
Good pace, Dane and Kane, going well. So into the last kilometre now, coming down. Sorry, missed the 2K split.
And so our pacemaker is still cooking.
He looks comfortable as well.
He does. Is he going to finish? Oh!
Oh.
Okay, every time we say something, the opposite happens. Because right now, Brodie Nankervis looks the best out of anyone. So Nankervis, Show Waller behind our man Alan Vernal. As we start to see Joel Fitzgerald slip back a little bit, but my goodness. Brodie Nankervis. He's a man in a boys' race right now. So Brodie Nankervis, I think I'm not surprised to see this, but Alan Vernal's going to be the one to try and chase and lead it. We'll see whether or not he can peg him back. But Brodie Nankervis. Take a look around, he might not see anybody at this rate. So he looks like he's almost just broken out into a full sprint with 600 metres to go. Teach me how to do that. Alan Vernal starting to get past just on the outside there. Joel Fitzgerald starting to slip off this pack of three. I would say chasing Brodie Nankervis, but they're almost chasing a ghost if that's the case, because Brodie Nankervis is going, gone. So 1 lap to go. He's going to hear the sweet, sweet sound of the bell. I reckon this man really wants to run under 9 minutes. I don't think he's going to get there, but his PB's 9:35. So realistically, whatever he gets here is going to be sensational. Vernal, inside of him there is McCarthy of Diamond Valley. In front of them was Show Waller of Melbourne University. So Brodie Nankervis, I don't know whether he's extended, but he's certainly maintained if he's done nothing else. As we start to see the rest of our 22-man field make their way around, there's no lappings here, so everyone who's come past is on their last bell lap. Brodie Nankervis, 200 metres to go. 8:33. Actually got wheels, though. So here we go. Brodie Nankervis. He's going to absolutely move away from Show Waller. Alan Vernal starting to feel the pinch a little bit there, I would say, as he slips back into fourth. But Nankervis is going to give it everything he's got. He's not going to quite get to that 9-minute mark. Look at the grimace on his face, though. You've never seen a man want it more than Brodie Nankervis. Victoria strapped across his chest there. You know who he's doing it for. You cannot lock this man down. Dan Andrews has no place on Brodie Nankervis' track. Can't be locked down. Undone at 9:07. Massive PB there from Brodie Nankervis. Get that man a medic. And comes through now is that Tyler Murphy? Geez,
was
Tyler
fast
Murphy
finishing,
launched
Tyler
himself.
Murphy.
Alan Vernal a 9:20. That's nothing to sneeze at. Blake Barnes making his way through there. So too now is Dylan Littlejohn. Joji Mori. Brody McCarthy. We start to see the tail end of the field. So these guys all managed to stick together, which is pretty impressive. So Axel Caldo going to round it out at a 9:45. So not a lot of spread for a 3K, actually. That was all pretty tightly bunched. But I'll tell you what, Brody, not Toby, Nankervis. Absolutely smoking it there in that men's 3,000.